What's his strategy against Jones when he fighted him?
What's my strategy against Jones when I fight him?
He's already got you up as a contender.
There it is. I mean, you are a matchmaker now. Just a minute ago, you were a man standing in the line. Now you are the UFC matchmaker. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about John. What I would do to John is I would take him down. Okay? John thinks he's a wrestler. He's not a wrestler. He's a guy who knows how to wrestle, kind of sort of. Alright? I'll take John down. Okay? Let me tell you something about a boy. Okay? This boy had a dream. He wanted to be a national champion for one of the best collegiate wrestling colleges in the United States, okay? Grew up his whole life, got there, wrestled all 5 years of college, got a national championship. Jon Jones, he doesn't have one. Okay? He doesn't have one. Thank you for asking. I do. And when I get my chance to put my hands on Jon Jones, I'm gonna take him down. Thank you for asking.
Would you mind doing a stare down with me?
I'll stare down with you? Alright. But I gotta tell you something, man. A man holding an umbrella is just not dangerous looking, so it's not gonna look dangerous. Alright?
Fair enough.
Any
Right here, guarantee you. When he says Uncle Chucky, there's a variety of reasons why he calls him Uncle Chucky. There we go.
That's good. Nice.
All right, break it up, break it up.
Thank you, awesome, man. Thanks.
I know you're good friends with Gustafsson. And how does that affect your relationship if you ever had to fight with Gustafsson when you couldn't catch everything?
I train with him every day. You understand what it's like when you train with a person? Okay? I train with him. I get beat up all the time for free. So it makes no sense to not fight him for money. I don't even get a free lunch out of it. Alright? Sometimes he beats me up and he makes me pay for lunch. It's fine. It won't affect our relationship. It's a sport. We love it. We take it seriously, but at the end of the day, we put it down and we live our lives. You know what I mean?
Would you consider going to heavyweight division?
I'm actually one of the more slender guys at 205. I keep a pretty low body fat. A lot of guys get up to like 235, 240, in between fights. Some guys 250. I kind of hang around 219. So I really never put too much on it going up to heavyweight. But I say what?
If you get to eat, you don't have to worry about cutting.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same to me. I mean, I train with heavyweights now, so I won't say it'll never happen. I just do what I do. This thing's not broke. So I like what I got right now.
Just to follow up on that question, because it is a good question. We actually had this conversation yesterday. One of my boxing instructors and I were in the same area as Phil, and he was asking, he's like, can Phil make 185? And I said, Phil's lean as it is, but could that be an option, or is it just not going to happen? It's too hard for the body.
Yeah, my body fat at 217 is, I'm already pretty lean. I don't get really big. A lot of guys walk around at 217 and fight at 185, but they are not lean at 217. I'm already pretty lean, and when I get down to 205, I'm pretty ready.
How's it going, Phil? Good. Given the controversial nature, I guess, of the last fight with Machida, if you were to be ever getting a rematch with him, would you approach it differently? Would you do anything different, or would you kind of have the same approach? At least in like the recent future, if you were to get that rematch.
Okay. What would I do differently?
I think you won it, so I'm not saying like you lost, but if you were to, would you do anything different?
Well, it's hard to say. He's a certain kind of fighter. He fights a very particular style. Well, said it, not me. You have to say it louder. I didn't hear you.
He ran away.
He said it. He said it. He said it. He never said it. He's a very particular fighter. You know, that's his style. He likes to evade. And then when you come saying, you know what, I had enough. You go chase him, he knocks you out. So if you don't chase him, there's not a lot of action.
Which is what Baker did. Look how it ended up for him. You played a smart fight, you brought it through him with your game plan, and you got the W, so that's what matters, right?
Right. I mean, it's tough because you end up not fighting a fight that you want to fight, but you have to fight in order to win. So,
You still think Alexander Gustafsson down when you fight it? If your prophecy,
well, you know, when you train with a guy, the bad thing is he knows everything that I like to do, right? But because wrestling is my thing, I can still create new stuff. So I can still get him down. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. I mean, I really put a lot of time in, and so did a lot of other people put so much time into teaching him how to wrestle, just different stuff. The man's tough. He doesn't get enough credit for his wrestling. This man is, he could be a wrestler, a real wrestler, all right? Yeah, I could probably still get him down, but he's an animal.
Phil, thanks for coming to Toronto. Big fan. 2 questions. What does it mean to you to have wrestling back in the Olympics? Number 2, how many fights do you think you're away for a title shot?
It means a lot to have wrestling back in the Olympics. It's amazing that they could consider taking wrestling out of the Olympics. The first Olympics was wrestling and nothing else, and now we've completely gone into a different, I guess, business model for Olympic sports, which is fine if that's where we're at. I wish this wasn't the case, but I'm just glad that it shows the longevity of the sport of wrestling and also for the sport of MMA. Wrestling is a big part of MMA, and I'm just glad that that'll continue to be a part of that relationship.
How many fights do you think you're away for?
I'm ready now. I'm glad you asked that. I'm ready now. You can tell the matchmaker he's in line. You tell him I'm ready tonight.
you have really big like shoulders and upper body. Do you do a lot of weight training, like shoulder press or bench press? What lifts do you do?
Funny you should ask. I did this lift for about 13 years of my life. It's called wrestling. I started out with just big shoulders, just have a wide frame, but I just wrestled, man. When you wrestle, you do a lot of pushing and pulling and snap downs and pulls and grabs and lifts, carrying people on your back like a madman, and that'll make you big.
Do you do weight training at all though? Like clean?
Do you do weight training at all?
I do minimal weight training. Minimal. Most of it for maintenance, just to keep me nice and fit. I don't want to get too bulky, but you do want to maintain and make sure you prevent injuries. So that's what I do most of my weight training for. But thank you.
You're already pretty big. I guess you don't have to.
No, you don't want to get any bigger. Once you get some shoulders like this, all you do now is try to maintain them. You don't want to get any bigger. You know what it's like going through the airport with these shoulders? They think you're hiding things. Okay?
All right. For those that don't know, I actually had the honor and pleasure of meeting Phil's dad, Joe Davis, who's standing right there to the left. Our left, your right. Give a round of applause. What I want to know before we can step off the stage is, who's wittier, you or Pops?
Oh man, he's good. He is good. He is good. It's not until we get together that I realize I get what I got from him. He's a man that started it all.
And we thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wonderful, Phil Davis. Thank you, sir. We'll be signing autographs right in there.